reviewing Secret Agent. Today I will be reviewing a dystopian sci-fi film that came out in 2015 that is directed by Wes Ball and that is based on the novel of the same name by James Dashner, and that stars Dylan O'Brien, Alexander Flores, Rosa Salazar, and Giancarlo Esposito, and that movie is Maze Runner: The Scorch Trials. Okay, so this book-based movie has just begun, and so far we have seen the first reappearance of Thomas, who is once again our main character, and once again played by Dylan O'Brien. Alright? Thomas is now once again on the run, and is now even having to dodge flying bullets. That's a very perilous situation for him to be in. My goodness, Thomas is being attacked by cranks, which are humans infected by a here fictional virus called the Flare virus. He had better think up something about it, and fast. Oh dear, a secondary character whose name is Winston, and who is played by Alexander Flores, has decided to shoot himself before he could succumb to that flare virus that he got. Thomas and his friends are now being hanged upside down by a rope tied on their feet. That is an uncomfortable position for them to be in. They got themselves back on their feet again, thankfully enough, and Walking After Midnight by Patsy Cline is currently playing in the background. Yikes! Thomas and Brenda, another secondary character played by Rosa Salazar, just had to once again run from these flare-infected monstrous humanoids. Thomas has now had to hide from some bullets flying by hiding behind abandoned cars and trucks. Now they are being cornered by soldiers. He and his friends are now outside in a desert type of landscape that also has mountains in it. However, Brenda has unfortunately been infected by the flare virus, but at least it is being for now temporarily halted by an enzyme. Brenda is at least able to converse with Thomas about the whole situation that they have gotten themselves in. Thomas is now seeing explosive blasts from missiles being fired going off and fires blazing. A deadly scenario this is for sure. Jorge, another secondary character who is played by Giancarlo Esposito, has informed Thomas that they must do their best to cope with this dangerous environment that they are in. As this adventure draws closer to the end, Thomas has resolved to rescue those who happen to be immune to that flare virus, and are thus lucky to survive. Overall, Maze Runner: The Scorch Trials is an action and thrills-packed dystopian sequel that amps up the violence. Join me next time when I review Home Alone 2: Lost in New York. I'm James Dashner, your one and only movie reviewing secret agent out there.